Hello, I have a vlog today. Come on over. Hello, it's so nice to visit with you today. Thank you for being here. And I want to say a special thank you to everyone who joined me on my live this past Wednesday. I did leave it out there for others to watch in case you wanted to take a peek at what we were talking about, but I probably will not leave those up longer than about a week just because I think they probably are less interesting to folks that weren't available to be part of the chat. I don't know if I did something wrong because normally I was able to, in the past, see the live chat that goes on with that after the fact, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to view that after the live was posted to the channel. So I need to get my technological stuff figured out on that front because there was actually at least one channel that I wanted to go and check out afterwards, and I can't figure out how to access it because when I join everybody live, anybody who has a YouTube channel, I do invite them to let us know that they have a channel, and one of my moderators will drop a link to their channel so that we can share everybody's information and make sure that anybody who's interested can go out and check out those other channels. So it would be nice if the live chat comments were available to see after the fact. I will figure it out. So if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I sometimes have technology issues, and there we go. But speaking of technology issues, I ended up having to get a new phone yesterday. So this is getting recorded on my brand new phone. I was a little bummed out, but at the same time, very excited because my old phone was completely paid off. So it's kind of a bummer to have to go and get a new phone. But if, again, you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I was having memory issues with my phone and I would lose video footage or it would cut out in the middle of what I was doing because the phone was full, et cetera, et cetera. My little Pixel that I had was just a 64 gigabyte Pixel, and I had gotten it before I started my channel. Had I realized that I was going to start a YouTube channel at the time, I would have been smart to get a phone with more memory. So yesterday, my phone started like rebooting on itself. It actually had done it a couple of times during the week, but it would do it like once or twice, and I would just turn off my phone and restart it, and it was fine. Well, yesterday afternoon, it decided to reboot and reboot and reboot to the point that I couldn't even get it to be stable so that I could try to restart it. Finally, I was able to restart it, and then it started doing other crazy things like saying that it couldn't access the Android system and it needed a factory reboot. And yeah. So Rich and I went to the Verizon store last night, and I have a new Pixel. I've got the Pixel 6 Pro. I'm very excited. It's all fancy, but I mean, it's very much like my last phone. It's just a little bit bigger, and it has 256 gigs. I think it's 256. I think that's right. Because originally I was saying I needed something more than the 64, and they said that they had the 128. And then Rich, he is much more, I guess, technologically smart. Like he knows more about it than I do. And he asked if they had a 256. I didn't even know that was a thing. And they said, oh, yes, we do. We have the Pro. So that was what I got. Hopefully that means I will not have any more issues with my phone, with the memory, and being able to do what I need to do for my channel. So that is my exciting news for this week. I have a new phone. Woohoo! So that was that. Other than that, Rich did get back on Friday night. So very, very happy to have him home. The pups were happy to have him home as well. Everybody was very excited to see him. And yesterday, Saturday, we spent the day doing closet systems. Well, we were taking out closets and spackling. And this morning, we did a lot of cleanup kind of stuff. And I think so. Right now, he's gone out to visit his son. He took Sonny with him. Sammy is here with me on the couch, but Sonny went to visit Alex for some guy time. So they're meeting up for a little while, and then later on, when Rich gets back, I think we'll probably be painting the insides of the closet. I love crafting. I'm so tired of like wall painting. I'm not really a fan of that right now. so, so I got to put my big girl pants on and suck it up and do that. Maybe I will get all of the spackle. The spackle should all be dry now because we did that yesterday late afternoon before we went to the Verizon store. And so that should all be dry now. Maybe I'll go in and I'll at least sand that, and maybe I'll be a nice wifey and start painting. I don't want to, but I probably will anyway. And that's what we're working on right now because I want to be able to share the closet systems. I'm excited that we've gotten some. So we have 5 closets that we're going to be doing in addition to the pantry. The pantry is all done. I cannot wait to share it with you. It looks so good. I am really, really happy with it. And so I'm hopeful that the closets will exceed my expectations as well, because the pantry absolutely exceeded my expectations. And so with the closets, we have 5 closets to do because we have a 4-bedroom house. There are 2 closets in the master bedroom. And we have gotten 3 of the original units out of the closet. So far we've done Rich's closet and we did 2 of the other bedroom closets. So we've gotten everything taken out. Everything is spackled and ready to be sanded and painted, and then we'll be able to install the closet systems. And the reason we haven't done mine yet, we figured in the master, taking all the stuff out of Rich's closet, the room is already kind of in disarray, and we figured we'd get his stuff all done and put away before we then empty up my closet and have twice the clutter and nonsense going on in our bedroom. And I'm fine with that. And there's my fun clock. Because clearly I am doing this, straddling an hour. So get a little music again, but it's fun. My little clock does this every hour. This is something that Rich received from his aunt when we got engaged. It's actually a really pretty clock. It's like a Swarovski crystal clock. So it's got little dials and things that spin with the Swarovski crystals, and it plays the music, and you can actually change the types of music. So during the holidays, you can have it play like Christmas tunes and that sort of thing. But yeah, so it's going off right now. So I apologize for the background music, but hopefully it's not too distracting. So at any rate, that was why we are only doing Rich's closet right now. And then we moved on to a couple of other bedrooms while we were waiting for the spackle in his closet to dry so that we could go ahead and get sanding. So that's where we are with all of that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could really share. Oh, I know. This coming Friday, my daughter, Elena, is going to be dancing during halftime at the 76ers basketball game. So Friday night, we're going to be going to see the 76ers game, and we're going to get to watch her dance. She is part of the dance team for Kutztown University. I don't know if you guys have the ability to watch the Philadelphia 76ers. I honestly don't know where it gets streamed, how it gets streamed or shown on TV or whatever. I don't know if you have to have a certain channel or if you have to be in a certain area. I imagine if you're not in the Philadelphia area that they would show the other team's halftime. I don't know if they would show the halftime stuff. I honestly don't know. She told me she's going to be on TV, but I'm going to be there in person to see her dance. So we're excited about that. And my dad is going to be coming from Florida to visit with us for the weekend. So he's going to go and see her too. And then on Saturday night, we are going to see I almost said my cousin, but it's not my cousin, it's my niece, Elena's cousin, perform in Zombie Prom at the high school. And I don't have any idea what Zombie Prom is. I think it's a musical. I think that's what my sister said. Maybe it's just a play. I don't know. But we're going to go and watch her perform. And then on Sunday, we have a birthday party for my other niece, Alexa. So it's going to be a fun filled weekend with lots of family activities, and so that'll be good. But yeah, so lots going on. I have not started my crafts yet for Friday. I need to get on the stick with that. Maybe I should craft this afternoon rather than paint walls. I don't know. I don't know. So there's definitely a lot to do. That's just life, I suppose, right? There's always something that needs to be done, especially when you own a house and you're trying to get it updated. And so I also still need to take my tree down. I know this is like a recurring theme, but my Christmas tree is still up with all of the Christmas ornaments on it. I know a few of you have suggested that I just leave the tree up all year and decorate it for the different holidays. I don't know if Rich is bought into that yet, but we'll see. But I really should take it down. I should videotape that for you guys and show you what I do to, decorate for the spring. I do love bunnies. I do have spring decor stuff that I really should put out. And I guess I'm getting to the point where I could put my snowmen away also. I've still got them all lined up on my mantle. So that is certainly something that I can do. It's just a matter of making the time, right? But what else can I tell you? I am still doing yoga. I did day 22 today of my yoga with Adrienne. I have been following her 30-day program that she put out for 2022. She, I believe, did it for January. I'm obviously a little bit behind because I didn't catch on to what she was doing until I think it was sometime in February. Yeah, it had to be, right? If I'm on day 22. So I'm still doing it. I am trying to decide what I'm going to do at the end of the 30 days. Part of me wants to start her 30-day, the same one over again, and start with day one to see how much I feel like I might have improved. Because I do think that I am getting a little stronger. I feel like my tummy is getting a little bit, tighter. Is that the thing? But I've actually lost a few pounds, which is awesome bonus, right? It definitely has been helping my back, so I'm really happy with that. And we will go from there. So, still doing the yoga. I am determined to stick with it. I'm going to make it my daily ritual. So yeah, so there's that. I got myself a yoga mat because I had first had been doing it on just on the rug in my family room, and I wasn't really. I wanted to get a mat, so I got a mat. I actually got the blocks too. We actually got Rich a mat and some blocks as well because he was doing the yoga with me every once in a while. I think he will do it with me. We need a little bit more room. I'm still talking to him about finishing the space over the garage that I've been talking about. I would love, love, love to do that. It's just there's a little bit more involved in getting that done because of the way that the room is set. Some of you have suggested that I might be able to just go ahead and set up in there anyway, even with it unfinished. I certainly could put, what's the, I want to say quarter round, that's not right. Quarter inch flooring or half inch plywood. I could put down plywood and all of that. The problem is the way that our roof is structured. They've got 2x4s coming down like into the room. It's weird. It almost looks like somebody made a mistake and cut off all the 2x4s because they don't go all the way down to the floor, but they're just kind of like hanging there. They're in the way. It's not conducive right now to using the space even in an unfinished way. So we really need to literally get an architect out to figure out how they would redo the joists to make sure that the roof doesn't fall in once we decide to build in there. So they'll have to do something else to support the roof. So there is that. And so, and not only that, right now, the only way to get in there and access it is through a little cutout panel in my son's old bedroom. So it's like a little crawl space door that goes into this big space over the garage, right? But outside of there, keeping in mind this house was built back in 2001, there's like this little office nook or a desk nook, like a homework area, I guess you could call it. So there's just this little cubby with a desk in that space right now. So we have to rip out that desk area, break through the wall. I think I would probably move that wall out more, and then yeah, it's more involved than just finishing the space. So we shall see how that goes. It'll all be wonderful once we figure out what we're gonna do, and someday, right? It's on my list. So there's that I would like to do. I would also, I was just talking with Rich about it this morning. The other thing, like if money were no object, there are so many things I would do with this house to upgrade it and make it what I really would be my dream home. One of the other things, so right now we have a Bilco door for our basement. So we've got steps going up from the basement with a Bilco door. I would love to dig all of that out and have a walk up. So I can envision, when you open that door down in the basement, going out onto a little patio. It doesn't even have to be big, maybe like a 12 by 12 or a 10 by 10, something there with steps going up into the yard and kind of joining up with the patio that we have outside right now. The reason I would like that is because it'll allow us to have more natural light coming into the basement. It'll just make it that much nicer. So that's another pie in the sky dream I have for that. But Rich was asking me which I would prefer, which would be priority for me. And I told him the exercise space, which kind of surprised him. So the bonus, I called it exercise space. Yeah, well, that's what it would be. The bonus room up over the garage is where I'd put my yoga trapeze, and I would move all my yoga stuff up there so that we can have a little more room. There's not a whole lot of room in the family room for us both to do yoga, which is why I started talking about that, because I was talking about the yoga and how Rich was doing it with me sometimes. There's not a lot of room down here for both of us to do it without moving some of the furniture. So, yeah. But he was surprised that I said that the exercise space would be my priority. Um, but I was saying to him, I'm like, well, we don't really entertain all that much. Maybe that'll change. I guess COVID could be one reason why we haven't really entertained all that much. Um, yeah, I mean, and I have my family here, and I have a couple of friends in the neighborhood, but I don't have a lot of close friends in this area. So that's probably another reason why we don't entertain all that much, because everybody I know is pretty much spread out. So we shall see. But yeah, I mean, and aside from that, I'd love to get, carpets replaced, and there are some places where we'd like new furniture, like what I'm sitting on right now is a hand-me-down from my mom. So eventually we would love to replace things like this and just basic updates throughout the house. I would love, and I've been talking about this for a while, to either replace or paint the cabinets in the kitchen. Right now they're a dark wood color, and I've been thinking about painting them like a light gray up top and a darker gray on the bottom. It would really be nice to replace the countertops. I don't know how soon we would be able to do that. I would also love to put tile in the kitchen. And some people will disagree with me. Right now we have hardwood in the kitchen. There's hardwood through a good portion of the first floor. And I'm not a fan of it in the kitchen. Maybe because the people that owned the house before us didn't really take care of it. And it's such a high traffic area, especially with the sliding glass door going out to the backyard and the dogs and whatever else. But the floor is just really, really beat up. It doesn't look good. And so I've got a throw rug in there to try to hide it a little bit, but the rug gets dirty with the dogs coming in with mud on their paws. It's just, I would love to have tile in there. But again, it's like major expense, right? To rip out hardwood and put down tile flooring. And I could probably do some of it by myself, but I don't know that I could do all of it by myself. So I don't know. Things, like I said, there is always something to do. We have plenty of stuff that is on my list of things to do. So we'll be busy for quite some time. But yeah, I don't know. I just count myself very fortunate that I have a nice roof over my head. I've got good, um, a nice family. I've got my pups. I've got Rich, very, very fortunate. So even if none of it ever gets done, I am very, very happy to have what I have. And I understand how fortunate I am. So it's all good. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else to share with you this week. I think that might be it. I don't know. But if I think of something else, I'll be sure to share it with you next week. I do want to thank you again for watching. If you stuck with me throughout this entire vlog, thank you so much. I hope you'll give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment, say hello, let me know how you're doing. I do appreciate you all very, very much. And until the next time, be well, be kind, and make it a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Take good care. Bye.